Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Vibe, middle of the month, July 15th. And our friend that we have on today said, oh, man, the time's going by fast. I go, yeah, time never lost a fight. But it's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovative Ethnic Media Association, and I host the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care and also co-sponsored by Dad Central, Canada's national fatherhood organization. And also part of that team last year, I was able to reach out with that team directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers around the world. Good morning, Ryan Knight. What's going on? You're on mute, Ryan Knight.
Yes.
Now you're
get a t-shirt that says it. I'm on mute. Always good to see you, brother. For those that don't know who I am or couldn't hear my introduction just now, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We support entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage they're in and then help them create a blueprint to grow their companies exponentially. And I'm an entrepreneur myself. I run a company called Detailing Nights, and so we provide mobile waterless car cleaning. So we go to people's houses, their offices, clean their cars on the spot, in the parking lot or in the driveway without water, and our plant-based, eco-friendly cleaning supplies. And I'm just so proud of the youth that are part of our entrepreneurship program. They have been out there meeting customers, cleaning cars, and really growing as entrepreneurs, but still a ways to go. So we're going to see how they progress throughout the summer. But yeah, the summer has been looking very beautiful and sweet with this sun. So I love it. It's detailing weather.
Yeah, well, this stretch of weather has to be good for business.
Oh, yes. And we'll keep it going. And in the rain, we'll go underground, and in garages, we'll keep pushing.
Well, yeah, it's not supposed to rain in the Toronto area at least till Sunday. So hopefully tomorrow's another busy day for Detailing Nights.
Love it. Love it. Yes. And side note, today's my daughter's birthday. So shout out to my Jazzy Bear. Jasmine's birthday is today. So she's probably still sleeping, getting to sleeping in their summer break. But yes, happy birthday, Jazz.
So do the kids sleep in during the summer, or are they up early in the morning wanting to do stuff?
They like to stay up late. So they'll sleep in and then stay up watching movies. Yeah, the night owl, I guess, has seeped into them too.
Good. What's been going on this week?
You know, I forgot to say I'm repping PACU, so wanting to really get people on board with the Pan-African Credit Union. That's been happening this week. The study groups have been happening this week. So every Tuesday, for those that know about the Entrepreneurship Ecosystem conference that we did in June, we've continued that conversation on Tuesdays with our study groups, and those are going to morph into working groups. So when ideas come up, we're going to put a steering committee around that idea to actually get it done. So yeah, looking forward to people joining the study group so that we can really make sure that this ecosystem is tight. Yes.
Good stuff. Well, I want to say good morning to Marlon. Hope all is fine. Good
Yes,
morning to Klaus. How is the world of politics, Klaus? You did tell us you've thrown your hat into the ring, so we hope campaigning is treating you well and serving your community well. So we have this lady told, like, you and this lady who come on today. I felt like jumping off because she said, I'm doing what I'm doing because of you. I said, well, okay, I should just go in the background and just hang out, and you two can just chat it up, you know.
Yeah, we got history. Yes.
Okay,
And
well, you introduce our friend.
absolutely. So I'm a big fan of our guest today because, well, not only because she was at our first event for ACBN 5 years ago here in Brampton at the Chinguzi Chalet, but also just I'm inspired by the work that she does and the expertise that she brings. When we first talked 5 years ago, she was in the world of data science and helping people recover lost data, and my mind was
Oh,
just blown with how that's even possible. And she was like educating me. But now she's shifted into supporting other Black charities and nonprofits and really making sure that organizations can amplify the work that they do. So we have Anik Silenciu, and she can tell me if I pronounced that wrong or you can correct me. But so good to have you, Anik. Always a pleasure. We talk all the time, but always it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, yes, because of the pandemic. Well, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Ryan, for this introduction. I forgot I told you about my day jobs, but that's good. That's good.
Yes. Are you
you,
still in the
I'm
data world or?
Yes, I am a, like you said, data scientist by day, and I
wow.
fulfill my aspiration of a social aspiration by night. So during the day I talk to computers, and during the night I
Yes.
talk to people. At least the reaction is different.
Yes.
There's an interaction there. So yes, I still do that during the day, and the plan is eventually to go full time into helping Black charities.
Love
Anik,
it.
first time I'm getting the pleasure of meeting you, and we're doing it digitally. Hopefully, they'll be face to face in the near future.
Mhm.
Where did your love for the data world come from? Where did that start? Where did that start out?
I'm I've always liked engineering, and I think it was by default. There's a lot of other things that I didn't like, but when I was introduced to engineering, I really liked it, and I started as a test and repair engineer for. I'm an electrical engineer, and so I did a lot of test and repair for electronic components, and that brought me into the world of computer forensic and data recovery. And
Wow,
so for the last 16 years, that has been my day job.
wow.
Love it. I like it. It's interesting. It keeps growing. It keeps changing. It keeps you on your toes. I try to fix problems every day. That's what I do. But yeah, so I've always liked the technology part. I'm the type of person. I'm a troubleshooter in life, and also if you have a broken something, I will look at it.
Well, that's great to hear. And one of the family here saying, good morning, gents. Hi, Anik. Thanks for supporting my not-profit, CMN. Love your support for charities. So you have
That's good.
one of many fans saying hello to you today.
Mm.
I'm glad to be on so I can see them and interact with them. That's great.
So, with the background that you have, when did this turn come to get into the work of helping Black charities? Do you remember the moment?
Yes, I've always volunteered in different organizations. And every time I did, I told myself, I would do something different. I would do it differently. And and then when I really wanted to do something, it came with my career. There was a downturn in 2008 where there was a mini crash in the US. And I said, I need to do something else. I want something else than the day job. So I started looking, and which what Ryan said, I attended their very first meeting. I didn't really have anything in mind. I just wanted to know who were the people who had businesses. What did they do? What did they look like? And I just went in as an exploration. And then the idea came, you have to make sure that you're passionate about what you do. It doesn't have to be about money. It's just something that you're passionate about. at some point I started daydreaming about, what if I do this? What if I do that? And then I just had to do it. When you start spending hours on YouTube looking out to do a website, looking at to do, campaigns. I'm like, I know it. Just do it. So this is what brought
Yes.
me to the world. And I didn't know what type of organization. Do I help women? Do I help kids, youth? And then I said, why not help all of them? So I
Oh,
kind of did a little
Yeah.
bit of use a little bit of the knowledge because I dabbled in little things, digital marketing here and there. And then I decided to kind of use that knowledge for a website, for social media, for a little bit of sales. And I put it all together, found a catchy name, was surprised that the URL wasn't taken.
yeah,
And
like that.
yes,
That well, but and how long ago did, like, when you did that? How long ago was this? Because
Mm.
I'd like to know when you looked to find this URL available.
to July 2018.
Wow, that's interesting. I would have thought it would have been taken.
I thought so too. And the way it started is that, again, I was just dabbling in different things. And I started with a friend. I kind of joined their company, and they were a retailer trying to help organization fundraise online. And I was the only Black person in the company. So I said, I'm just going to reach out to Black organizations. And it was kind of hard to find them. I always say, if you don't have the word Afro, African, Black, Caribbean in your name, you have to dig a little deeper on Google or Bing to find you. And so I said, why don't I make a directory for organizations? And I was really inspired by the Support Black Business, the movement of supporting Black businesses. I get it. It makes sense. You want to support your own. It helps the community as a whole. And then I said, organizations are just an essential pillar of a community. And so I said, I think I can make it easy for people to look for organization, especially Black led, Black serving, and Black focus. And this is kind of where the idea came from. And at some point, I just had to do it. I had so many ideas, and I was like, I know how to do it. Let's just do it. So I went in head first. Um, the website, everything. And I don't know if you remember, Ryan, I think I hit you up a couple of times asking you for some questions about your accountant, what do you do this and that.
Yes.
And so I went in head first, and then I started swimming because it was a little bit over my head. But then you adjust, right? That's
Mm.
you get the information, you get the knowledge, you spend time on YouTube, on Google, you understand the field, and you adjust. And 4 years later, we're still standing strong and not stopping. So it's been
And
an incredible journey,
yeah,
incredible
I was
journey.
curious. So, for a person running an organization, how would you describe Support Black Charities to them? Like, what would you say your organization does for them?
So our mission is to increase online visibility and charitable giving to Black-led organizations. So the way we do that is we build a directory to help the visibility and to make it easier for people to find them. So our directory is a searchable directory. There's different categories and subcategories. And so we also feature organizations online on social media, your organization, your leadership team, your volunteers, your programs. So that's how we want to amplify people's mission, organizations' mission in their programs. And we also really wanted to make it easy for people to find organizations. When people come to our site, they know that the organizations are Black led. So when you go on Google, you have to, you can do Black organizations, and you'll like when I used to do that, I found an organization called Black Foundation, but they weren't Black. It's just that was the last name of the person, right? So
Gotcha.
it's just going through my directory, you are sure that it's Black led, Black focus, and uh, Black serving. The other thing that we wanted to do at especially is that every organization is vetted. We do have a 7 key requirement that we ask of organizations because when we promote the directory to different people, we want them to know that the organizations that they choose have been vetted. So most people, when they look to donate or volunteer with an organization, they want to know, are they trustworthy? Where does my money go? How long have they been active? So that's the question that when you come to our site and you look for an organization, we've kind of taken care of that. And a lot of people say, well, you're leaving some organizations off the table, but I want to say that I'm raising the bar. I just know that there are certain things that organizations have to be successful. The big organizations that are running, that have sustainable program and have been there for a long time, they're doing certain things. And so we've picked on those certain things as a guideline for other organizations to follow. And we don't ask for all seven requirements, but you at least have to have four four requirements to be
Right.
listed on our directory. If you do not meet the minimum requirement, we will help you get there. And that is our way of helping the community. And so the thing is, support Black charities means different things to different people. For an organization, it means we're supporting you. But for an individual, it means that we can help you support a Black charity. So having the vetted portion is very important to individuals that come to the site to look for an organization. They know that it's been vetted, that we've done
Right.
the legwork, and they can feel confident to choose an organization based on their passion, location, their skills, and so on.
I have a number of questions after that real deep engineering dive into your website here. How often do you review the organizations that are on the site?
Once a year.
Okay.
Once a year, we have a system where at renewal, 45 days before, I get a notification, and then I review the organization. Do they still have a website? Are they still consistent on social media? Is their website updated? And I go through the seven requirements to find out if they're still there. If they are, we send them a notification saying that you can continue on. If not, we put them in draft on hold, and we work with them, find out what's the situation. Sometimes they're on hold, sometimes they don't have any running programs, sometimes different reasons, right, where organizations will go on hiatus for a while. So once a year we do the exercise of reaching out and finding out where the organization is and if they can stay on the directory.
Actually, Tim has a question here. Support Black Charities has not only direct grants visibility for charities. What part does Anik and SBC currently have in the Black ecosystem? Good question.
Good question. Well, I am trying to position support Black charities as a link. um, and I can segue into the Black Philanthropy Month. I think I was telling you before I went on that Black Philanthropy Month is August. It's a movement that started in the US in about 20 years ago. And it's now taking a kind of momentum in the US, in Canada, Africa, and South America, and Brazil. And it's a lady in the US, very, very, her idea was phenomenal to celebrate and do a national campaign for Black organizations. So it's blackphilanthropymonth.com. I did not start the program.
Mhm.
Oh,
They, I did not start it, but I'm a devoted, enthusiastic ambassador of the movement. And I was telling you, this is the reason I exist. Black philanthropy. I want to bridge the gap between uh, uh, people who want to give and helping them find an organization. But further than that, I think Black philanthropy is the key to a healthy Black ecosystem. And what I mean by that is that there are three pillars to the organization. There's the its people, Black businesses, and Black organizations. And Black philanthropy kind of puts them all together, right? When a business supports an organization, and then in turn, the organization supports the community, the people in the community, and then vice versa, the community supports the organization. You can draw relations between the three going each way. And this is what I'm trying to do. I want to make sure that, and that's what Black philanthropy does. It kind of circulates the dollar within the community. I always say it keeps the money in the family, and it generates a very healthy socioeconomic wellness system for the economy. And I think You see the examples in other ethnic community, like the Jewish community, the Asian community, Italian, and so on. And I think, we have everything in place to do the same. We're ready to take care of each other, and just
Yep.
circulate the money in our community and elevate everybody. And that's where I really want, SBC for short, to position themselves and advocate for that type of relationship between the people, between Black people, between Black businesses, and between Black organization. There's so much potential. There's so much potential to elevate the community just with Black philanthropy, and I hope that, people will, get into the movement, contribute to it, and see where it can take us. Yeah, in 10 years, if this movement grows so big, think about what it could do. And I want SBC to be in the middle of that.
And I would definitely challenge you to lean in and teach this, like, because the fact that it exists now, an organization like myself wouldn't really know how to leverage it and take advantage of it.
Mhm,
If you have a webinar that says this thing exists and this is how to prepare for it, just like those 7 points with how to become on your get on your directory, this
mhm.
is how you take advantage of Philanthropy Month. And I will be the first student to sign up because this has become my homework now. For if this is August, we are halfway through July. You need a bit
Mhm.
of runway to prepare. I'm
Right.
willing to learn how to actually use that month effectively. So I'm hoping that class is open soon.
Yes. It's
Ah,
funny. I was talking with my team yesterday. We are in the works of doing an event because I just spoke about Black Philanthropy Month being August, but there's another day that's very important in that month. It's Black Giving Day, and that is August 28th. And there's several reasons why. Again, I did not start the day. I'm just promoting the
mhm,
movement. So the day was, really created by an organization in the U.S. called Young Black Giving Back Institute. So every year on that day, they have a national campaign. They're just in the US. And so obviously for me, I am global because I have organizations from around the world. But for them, they over the last 4 years, they've really kind of spread information about that specific day. And when you talk about what do we do for that day, the month and the day, we're not unfamiliar to them. We have Black History Month, right? During Black History Month, Black people and allies, people outside the community, we usually do different things. We're used to having a month for something. So this is just the same thing where now we have a month for philanthropy. And the same thing for Black Giving Day. We are used to Giving Tuesday.
yep,
Giving Tuesday
Yes,
is
yes.
already there. And so you do the same thing, but this time is for Black organization. So when you say how would you go about it as a Black business or an organization, is you start fundraising. When organizations prepare for Giving Tuesday, they usually start different fundraisers. A business might on Giving Tuesday might maybe not on Giving Tuesday, but for that day with their employees and the culture, they will start a fundraiser for a certain organization. So it's the same idea. It's literally the same idea, except that it's for Black led, Black serving, and Black focused organization, and the day is August 28th. It's the same idea. So you're right. You'll see today at the end of the day. Actually, you'll see on the website there will be some information because I want the tagline that we're using is that Black Philanthropy Month is coming soon. Do you know what you're doing yet? That means that it
Yes.
assumes that everybody has a role to play. And I think everybody does, everybody can. And we later on the website, you'll see that I have some ideas for supporters, some ideas for businesses, and obviously some ideas for organizations. For supporters, we want them to come through to our website to find organizations to give to, in a nutshell. And for organizations, we want them to be listed. We want them to partner with us to be listed, to be found. Because when somebody comes on our site, they their targeted audience. They are not looking for animal charity. They're not
eh,
looking for climate charity. They're looking for a Black serving organization.
Right.
So you are being visible to a very highly targeted audience. And so that's really what we're doing with my team right now. We're having a massive email campaign using Black Philanthropy Month with a sense of urgency for people to join our directory to be visible during the month, because we will be heavily promoting heavily the different categories and different countries, different categories, different causes. And so you want to be seen, you want to, take advantage of the fact that we're promoting us and we're promoting you at the same time. So
Yes.
that's some little insight that I can give you right now.
Well, August is a really busy month for Black Canadians. You've got
Mhm,
your stuff.
mhm.
I call it Ameribana. Other people call it Caravana. There's also Emancipation Day.
Yes, August 1st.
So there's so I piggyback on what Ryan is saying, that get your message out there, because there's a lot of things going on
Mm.
in the Black environment, especially in
Mhm,
Canada next month. So I encourage you to get that message out there, get it out consistent.
mhm.
Let me ask, what if an organization came to you and said, a Black organization came to you and say, well, you've got this site, what is the advantage of having my charity on your site?
Oh, there's first of all, you added visibility. You get a chance to be featured. Um, the other thing too is that that's another side that has popped up, and it's actually a very big benefit. Is that we've had some government agencies, some companies that have come to us and are
Mm,
looking at that how our directory. For example, there's the retailer in the U.S. Called Awigo. It's short for Awesome Goods, and they came to us and said we have a surplus of inventory. We're in Florida. We'd like to deliver. We can donate our surplus to organizations in Florida. Will deliver. So I was able to contact
Whoa.
all the organizations that are listed. You have to be listed on the
yes,
directory, and then and put them in contact, and some of them received some goods.
nice.
Right. So and then one that I'm really proud of is Weight Watchers. That was last year. Weight Watchers came to me and said we're doing a grant for food insecurity. Do you have? And we're trying to do it for the BIPOC
Wow,
community. So they
congratulations.
came to me and they said, we're doing one for the US. Do you have organizations in the US? And I kind of challenged him. I said, I do, but I said, you're forgetting Canada, Brazil, South. I mean, Weight Watchers is everywhere, right? Why just the
Global.
US?
Right.
Exactly. So I put them in contact with organizations that were in the US, but I challenged them, what about Canada and the rest of the world? And 2 months later, they came back and they had one for Canada. So then I was able to
Ah,
introduce the two organizations in Canada that were dealing with food insecurity. Uh, Little shout out to Rest Center and Shelley Foundation. I'm sorry if I don't have the name. There's so many now, but and I contacted them and told them to apply. And luckily, Rest Center got $18,000 from that grant. So this is the connection that I'm able to
Yes,
to
yes.
do, and I think my database is very attractive to people because it
yes.
is divided and it's the world, and so I can give you countless examples, and we
I, I
are
just want to
obviously in.
can I just interrupt you? Are you
Yes.
sharing those success stories on your website?
I was about to say that.
Good.
I was
Yes.
about to say that.
Mm.
I'm learning as well. Eh? I tell that to everybody.
Good.
I'm so open to learning.
Mm.
I've made mistakes. I don't call them mistakes. I call them lessons. And I think it makes me stronger. I learn. I'm open about it. And obviously, at the beginning, again, I was juggling full time job, this at night, and so on. So
Mm.
I'm learning, and this is something that we've documented, and we have to use social media to send those stories out. And I already wrote these examples, so if you go back to the website in an hour, they'll be listed.
Okay.
They
So
will be there.
well, so I hope I get Ryan's permission to challenge you on something then.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't mind written examples. I want video examples.
Right.
Ooh, yes,
Testimonials.
yes.
I get it.
Video testimonials have a lot more strength. So if
Yes.
you need help or a mentorship on how to do that, you can certainly reach out my way because I am a strong proponent of video testimonials.
I will take you up on that offer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Ex-
thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate
no
that.
problem. Just got some more, a lot of people checking in this morning. Love it. Charmaine is asking, what social media platforms do your organization utilize for promotion?
The ones that we use the most, that we've noticed are the most active, is Instagram and Twitter, LinkedIn as well, and Facebook by way of Instagram. So we're on all of them, the most popular ones. But Instagram and Twitter have been the ones where we get the most engagement. So these are the
Excellent.
ones that we use.
Excellent. And also, Ray says, good morning, great initiatives. Please share the website so I can sign up for newsletter and more information. So I've been flashing that information across the screen. So that is
Great.
good. Ryan, do you have a question?
Well, I wanted to go back to the 7 principles that organizations must have. And it makes me think, because now, as Tim was talking about the ecosystem, there's an
Mhm,
entrepreneurship ecosystem. So organizations that focus on business.
mhm.
Now, how do we audit ourselves? Perhaps we could be using these principles as a baseline across all organizations. So it's not just to get on the directory, but maybe a way that we self analyze and say, like, hey, if you're not doing these 7 things, are we really serious? So
Right.
I'm curious your feedback that you've gotten from organizations that don't hit all 7, and what's been the trends that you're seeing with, like, what is missing from most of our organizations.
So one thing I'm saying that is super important right now, and this is one thing that I will stress on what to do for organization, and probably my something that I will really get into more for the next 6 months is impact. So for organizations, your impact has to be three things. It has to be measurable, and sometimes that's hard, but your impact has to be measurable. It has to be trackable because we need to see the change over time. And the most important is has to be visible. It has to be
Ah,
absolutely visible. So there, I do have a blog on a website that says the 7 menu items that nonprofits should have on their website. And so one of them is impact. You need to have the word impact somewhere on your website so people go there directly and understand. Because when somebody goes on your website, they look at, based on the research, they do two things. They look at about us to see who you are. They want to see your face, so it's important to have a picture or a link to some to one of your profiles so people see you're a real person. They want to see your face and they want to know what you do, and they want to know the impact of what you've done, because if they give to you, they want to know where the money goes, right? So I
Yes.
think in terms of measurement, that's sometimes hard to track, but it's so important because people want to know how, if I give you money, what's the change, and if and they want to see your track record because that shows what you've done before. So
yep.
these really three things is and that's what I've seen that's a little bit lacking on organizations website is a real trackable measurement, measuring, tracking, and putting it on the website. We need to see the word impact. Some people have an impact report. That's great. But if you can have a couple of words that I don't have to go open a PDF, right? It's just
Yes.
it's on there on your homepage. Some people put it on the slider, and you'll see on my website it's at the bottom. And but it's you have to do a little exercise to be able to find out how you measure your impact. And I can add that just last week I did a course with a free course with an organization in the UK, but they are equity impact investing. And so I was so
Hmm.
happy to find them because, you know, where have you been all my life? You know, these are the people that do
Right.
support organization. And so I was
Yes.
probably the only organization in the course. All the others were investors. And so one of
Wow.
the challenges that they say that one of their biggest challenges is to evaluate organizations impact, right? So
Hmm.
you have to be an investor ready, right? And being investor ready means you got to show your impact. If somebody invests in you, you have to let them know with your track record what they can expect to see. And that was their biggest challenge. Uh, in the impact, and where to find organizations. So obviously I made so many connections because we are in terms of the type of organizations that they want to support, we are there. So I'm in talks with some of them to see what we can do. They are based in the UK, but we also have organizations listed in the UK, so it's a matter of making a connection.
Wow.
But there's
Love
so
it.
you asked me about
That
impact, and the next one is donor management system. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of different management systems that are
Anik, I
free
just want to
online.
interrupt for a second. You
Yes,
know you're
yes,
giving a master class right now. You know
This
that,
is my pen.
right? The
My
the
yes,
pen and
the, the,
paper is
the
out,
yes,
last
Benjamin. How you
the
talking?
last 5 minutes, I think every black nonprofit should be taking notes right now. Like I think, and not even not only not for profit, every black business should be listening to what you're saying right now, whether you're a profit or not for profit. Those three things right there,
mhm,
huge. Sorry to interrupt.
great.
Continue on.
Hundred
Yes,
percent.
and you're right. My team has been on me. It's a matter of sometimes resources,
Yeah,
like financial resources and time. Sometimes I have money, sometimes I have time, sometimes I have them together. And when it does, it's great. But it's
Yes.
it's a balance. So yes, my team has been definitely on me. And you'll see more happening soon. We've, obviously with grants, we've been able to do a lot more. And there will be a whole series on the 7 requirements. I
no, no.
think this
You
should
need to
kind
be
of
charging for this. I'm
yes,
serious. You need to
yes,
do a
yes,
webinar
yes.
and charge
Yes.
for this.
Yes, and these are what I like is that these are information that I've gathered over the years. I've probably looked at I'm not even kidding, probably 1,000 websites, and so when you look at the big ones, you know the ones that work, the ones that don't really need my help, the ones that don't answer my email because they have their own team, right? Which is fine. I think I cater more to smaller and medium organizations, and
Right.
that's fine. That is my niche. I
Yep.
understand that. But I always look at the big ones. What do they do? What's on their website? What type of content do they put out? And I learned from that. And over the years, I've seen what you need to have on your for your online visibility and to attract donors and supporters. What do you need to have, especially on your website and like right away? Because it's really important. I've learned that the average time that a person stays on a nonprofit website is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So in that time, you need to have who we are, what we do, where does my money go with the impact, and a donate button. That these have to be on top. You can't start digging and finding what do you do. I go on websites sometimes and it takes me a long time to find out what do they do exactly.
Mm.
It's not clear, right? And
Clarity is lacking. You have
clarity
to be
is lacking.
time and
And
clarity. I know we're coming up on time, but so there's a
yes,
few quick questions people have. Christopher Lawrence, I know you came in late, but the organization's been around for how many years now?
4 years, we're just toddlers. We're starting to walk and talk, but 4 years, 4 years.
Okay. Charmaine is asking, how often do you provide direct feedback to supporters, and do you find that support increases from this?
Yes, we definitely look, our organizations, we are mainly an online organization, right? And so SEO is very important. We've taken steps to increase that. And Google Analytics has helped us to understand when we put out content, what is the response with the content. And we're making connections with when we say this and we put out this type of content, there's a little bit more happening on the website in terms of traffic. So that's one of the ways that we look at how um, our content is resonating, and a way to look for the feedback of an indirect way of looking for feedback from supporters. But I do engage with people. I get a lot of people that email and just give their suggestions or questions and so on. So and it's always a positive response. I think I'm trying to highlight the good that our community is doing. I want to get away from this stigma.
Yep.
There's people doing amazing things, and so that's what I'm trying to convey all the time. But that's the way we've been doing, able to have feedback from the supporters through emails that I get.
Christopher asks, Does your organization receive any funding from Corporation Social Responsibility Fund?
Not yet. I'm open for business.
Ah,
Yes.
We and this is one of the struggles. I got to say that I myself am a nonprofit, right? So I am going through the same challenges that other nonprofits have, and my goal is to try to find solutions so I can provide solution for the database. And so it's definitely something that's coming up. I mean, in terms of revenue stream and so on, donations come and go. You have grants, and then we have a few paid programs. So it's a little bit of all three, but corporate social responsibility is something that I want to start
Anik,
talking to.
you need to go after sponsorships.
Yes. And also, one of the things that I really want to do personally, and I want to involve Black businesses in this conversation. I think it makes sense that Black businesses are involved supporting Black organizations. It makes sense for branding, good feel good stories, sponsorship, and corporate social responsibility. But if people are interested right now, please contact us. But this is something that we like to get into more as our brand is growing and resonating with a lot of people. So yes, we would like to get into more of those and
Question
promote it.
for you: does it cost not for profits to be on your platform?
We have a free option to be listed. We have paid options that come with other benefits,
Sure.
but I encourage people to try the platform by being listed. And right now, we just launched the free way. We were free for a long time, but now to stay sustainable,
Yep.
we had to have some paid plans, which is shows growth in our organization. But we do have a free option, and we encourage organizations that meet the requirement, so you have to be eligible, to try the free option. And if you have any questions, you can always contact us, and I'll be happy to tell you more, or even do a little assessment of your organization.
Tim
Wonderful.
says here for them to support the community.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's
Absolutely.
where there should be a specific day this August
Mhm.
to recruit these businesses. Again,
Right.
we're part of this entrepreneurship ecosystem. All of our organizations should be inviting these businesses
Mhm.
to something specific to say, come and learn how you can support the broader nonprofits. Like, yes,
Mhm.
we exist to help your business, but now how do you help organizations? And not just in, I would say, business organizations, but the broader like education, social, health. Like, we have to figure out how to get Black businesses on board with supporting
Yes.
all organizations.
Yes, I mean the big organizations they do it. When you go to Tim Hortons, you have the little camp in front of the cash. Walmart has the same camp.
Right.
McDonald's has a camp. Everybody has a camp. So they all have a foundation. But an
Hmm.
organization can also associate themselves with, today we have cause marketing, which is, part of your revenue goes to an organization. So it's possible to make that link. And this is something that we are going to be, like I said, looking more to do, and kind of to provide information and tips and tricks for organizations to be included, because they are part of the conversation. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
It makes sense.
I love that.
before we let you go, do you have any final words for our audience? We really appreciate you stopping by. I did not know a lot about your organization, but I am cup overflowing today, and I'm very excited for the future for you and the organization. Do you have any final words for our audience today?
Yes, I'll say the same sentence again, that Black Philanthropy Month is coming. Do you know what you're doing yet? And I hope after this conversation, you have a few ideas of what you can do. That doesn't matter who you are in the community, especially the Black community. We can help each other. We're there as in the world, that we can help each other. And I hope that people would go to the website and see how they can find an organization to contribute, and know that the ripple effects of your contribution goes really far, not only the organization, but the community that it serves, and so on. And so I encourage people to contribute and do something for the month, and also on that day to look for an organization to support.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. There's actually one organization on the top of my head I'm gonna reach out to right after our conversation today to have them sign up for free. Ryan, any last words for Anik?
Listen, I get inspired and energized anytime I talk to you. So we have to make it a habit to talk even more often than we already do. And
Right.
again, I'm looking forward to seeing how more organizations can not just join what you're doing, but learn from it and grow their own organizations. It's one thing to have your website listed on a directory. It's another thing to have a founder that wants to see you succeed, will look at what you're doing, analyze it, and help you improve it, and then follow up with you a year later to make sure that you're still doing this. Is, I mean, when Dr. Vibe was saying this is a masterclass, it truly is. Like,
Yes.
this is information that we need to hear. We have to be open. We have to empty our cup a little so we can take some information in and really become better. And this conversation was all of that. So I really appreciate you and thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you for having me on, guys. I just want to spread the word, and this is a highly targeted audience, and so I feel like it'll
Love it.
have ripple effects for the movement in Canada. So that's great. I appreciate it.
Love it.
Absolutely. Tim says, "Thank you, Nick. I've been a fan for 2 years."
Yes. Thank
So
you,
there
Tim.
you go. There's the contact information, folks. Please take a look. And if you know any organizations that should be on that list, get them on there, because the audience that they get is very, as you said, highly targeted.
Yes.
So excellent, excellent stuff. Have a great day. I have a feeling we'll be talking some more. I know you're going to probably reach out to me about the video testimonials. I'm more
Yes,
than
I
happy
will.
to. All right. I'm more than happy to have you chat with me about that. So have a great day, and thanks for making the morning vibe.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. Great conversation.
Love it.
Great stuff. That was a masterclass.
If people
Like,
weren't
a
taking
lot of
notes,
stuff a lot of
yeah,
stuff that she was sharing with us is good for all organizations.
absolutely.
All organizations. So what's going on for the weekend?
What is going on for the weekend? So the
You don't
students
even
are going to
know.
be the students are somewhat on their own this weekend, so they're going to be going out and doing appointments. So I'll do my spot checks and come and see how they're doing, but got to see how the entrepreneurship side is, I guess, taking root. So tomorrow we actually have a great session in Oshawa. So in partnership with Jamal Augustine that had come on, his mother Sandra, they're part of the Durham Community Action Group, and
Yep.
she also runs a Facebook group called Queens of Durham. Wait, yeah, it's either Business Queens of Durham or Queens of Durham. So we've come together to do a session in Oshawa tomorrow in the afternoon. So if you're in the Durham region, please come out and check it. We have Chris Beth talking. Oh my goodness, I should have the flyer in front of me. The lady that runs the Durham Caribbean Festival, she's going to be doing a session. I'll be doing a session about funding. So if you're a business owner in Durham, reach out to me so I can get you the information properly, and join us tomorrow afternoon for the learning session, the lunch and learn.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like, we're wishing everyone a safe and good weekend. We're back on Monday. We've got guests for Monday and Friday next week. So we're going to be rocking. And just give yourselves grace, people. Give yourselves grace. As always, you can catch replays of the Morning Vibe on the Dr. Vibe YouTube and Facebook channel, the ACBN Facebook and YouTube channel, and the Ryan ONeil Knight YouTube channel. So if you miss us, you know where you can replay us. As always, we want to end off with this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And also, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. And remember, a tree that does not have roots is just a piece of wood. Catch you on Monday, everyone. Be well, keep the faith. God bless.